Hey, welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Diana. I am the creator of Money Boss Mama, and I teach women how to save money, pay off debt, create a budget, and shift their money mindsets. You can go to my website, moneybossmama.com, to learn more about me. So once again, I asked you on Instagram to pick my next video, and you all chose my most favorite topic ever, which is how to shift your money mindsets. So I don't want to make this video super long because the information is kind of thick. So if you want a part 2 at the end, just let me know and I will create a part 2 to this. But be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let's go ahead and get into it. So when it comes to mindsets, there are typically two different types that are most commonly discussed, and that is scarcity and abundance. And since a lot of people, when dealing with their money, are operating with a scarcity mindset, I'm going to go ahead and start with that one first and just break that one down. So with a scarcity mindset, you are operating out of a place of lack. You feel like there is just never enough of anything. You're always lacking something. If something leaves, it's not coming back. And a lot of times this scarcity mindset manifests itself into two ways. You are going to either be a hoarder or you are going to be a spender. So if you are a hoarder, you are white knuckling every single dollar, it's extremely hard for you to spend money, then you might be operating out of a place of scarcity. And that's because you have this fear that if your money leaves, it's never coming back. And I feel like, honestly, I have operated out of all of these mindsets I'm going to be discussing today. And I was a hoarder for a very long time. So I did not want to ever spend my money. I was just super scared to death that if I spent something was going to happen. And hoarders a lot of the times use the what if line. So they're like, what if this happens, then I'm not going to have this, or I have to save because what if this happens? And if you're not careful, this can get really sticky because you're going to get to a place where even if it's a necessity, you have a hard time spending money on it. So you're skipping out on medical visits, you are moving to crappy apartments willingly just because you have this need to save and not spend a dime. It doesn't matter how much you make, how much money you have saved in your bank account, you always feel like it is never enough because your decisions are based on fear. And when I was a hoarder, I remember that even if it was something as simple as tissue paper, I was like negotiating with myself. Do I really need this? Because what if I spend this $10 and then something happens and I don't have that $10? So you feel like if you spend that money, it's never coming back, even though in the back of your mind, you know that you're going to have another paycheck or something like that. But you're just so full of fear that it paralyzes your ability to move forward. And if you are someone that you have the money saved for a particular expense, such as like buying yourself some clothes, buying yourself a new shirt, but you feel so guilty and you feel like, something's going to happen, something's going to blow up in your budget. If you buy that new shirt, then you may be operating out of a place of scarcity and you may be a hoarder. Now, contrary to hoarders, if you have a scarcity mindset, you may very well be a spender. So if you are someone that has a hard time not spending impulsively, then you could be operating out of a place of lack. And that is because you feel like when you get money, like if you just got paid, if you just got your tax refund, whatever, it's literally burning a hole in your pocket because you feel like once you have it now, if you don't get what you need or want right now, right then and there, then the money is going to be gone and you're not going to have that opportunity to get those things again. Or you may be like going into a store and you see that something is 35% off and you literally feel like if you do not get that while it is 35% off, whether you need it or not, then that item is going to be gone. It's never going to go on sale again. Like the manufacturer is just going to stop making these things and you're going to miss your opportunity because it's not going to come back. With spenders, you feel like as soon as you have money in your hands. If you don't get what you need right now, you're not going to have that money later on down the road. You're going to be broke, and then your needs are not going to be met. Now, if you are kind of teeter-tottering between, am I a spender or am I a hoarder, or you're not really resonating with either one, then there is another mindset that kind of comes out of the scarcity mindset that I do want to touch on. And since my brand is geared towards women, I like to call it the jealous lady. And as women, I feel like a lot of us have maybe been in this place before, or we are still operating out of this place. And with the jealous lady, she finds it extremely difficult to be genuinely happy for other people. She sees other people as competition, and that is because she feels like if someone, gets a job promotion, or if someone gets maybe they win $1,000 or they get a new car, that opportunity for her to do those things is completely gone. So going back to like the job promotion, I was once in this mindset as well. Like I said, I have been in every single mindset I feel during these 4 years on my financial journey. So if someone promoted for the same job that I applied for, I was so full of like envy and jealousy because I was operating out of a place of scarcity. I felt like since they just got that job promotion, then my opportunity to promote was completely gone. Like that opportunity would never present itself again. Like that was going to be the only job that my employer posted. So this place, the jealous lady, operates out of spite, jealousy, and envy. And if this is sounding like you, then deep down, if you really just broke down how you were feeling, you really feel like you are not capable of receiving or doing what these people are doing because you don't really have faith in yourself and you feel like you are not worthy. So whatever it is that these people have done or accomplished, it is really irritating you because you don't really have the faith in yourself to do the same. Regardless of being a spender, hoarder, or the jealous lady, all three of these mindsets are chasing your money away. So you are chasing your money away as well as your opportunities for success, and we do not want to do that. So we are going to move on to the abundance mindset, which is the mindset that I believe that everyone should be able to operate out of. And when you are in an abundance mindset, you believe that there is more. So there is more of everything. There are more opportunities. There are more jobs. There are more men. There are more resources. There is more money to come. You don't feel this need to go out and blow your paycheck because more money is coming. You can genuinely be happy for people's accomplishments because whatever accomplishment that they just had, there is more opportunities. So if your friend just got a new car, you don't feel jealous, you don't feel envious because you know that your opportunity to get a new car, that's something that you want, is going to come to you because you have faith in your ability. And I highlight the word faith because I feel like faith embodies an abundance mindset because you have faith in more. And when you're operating on faith, you are more willing to step out of your comfort zone. You are more willing to take risks, which is what's needed for success. And that is because instead of your decisions being based on fear, your decisions are being based on the bigger picture. Now, when it comes to shifting our money mindsets, we must first understand where our relationship or perception of money comes from. And just like with anything else, our environments shape who we are. It shapes our perception of ourselves, shapes our perception of the world around us. And what a lot of people don't realize is that our environments shape our relationship with money. So growing up, how your parents or guardians treated their money, what they said about their money, those observations then manifest into our own relationship. So then we are repeating what our parents said. We are treating our money the same way we saw our parents treat their money. And the class that you grew up in also plays a huge role in how you perceive money as well. So if you grew up in a poor, middle class, or wealthy household, you may have a different perception of money. And a lot of the times, people who grew up in poverty do suffer from a scarcity mindset because they grew up without their basic needs being met, and money was always scarce. So they become an adult who believes that there will never be enough money, there will never be enough opportunities, etc., because of those environmental factors when they were a child. So let's say that your parents frequently grew up arguing about money. If this happened and you observe that, then you may right now think that, money is something that you must have, but you feel that money is a burden that causes stress and pain. So you don't really want too much of it. You want just enough to get by. And a lot of times people keep themselves small because they feel like money is evil. So that's a common money script that people have. Money is evil. And I want to debunk that right now because money is an inanimate object. It's a piece of paper. It is not the money that's evil. It's those who possess the money. And I like to ask people, if you were just gifted $1 million, what would you do with it? And if you said that you want to build organizations, you want to give to this person, give to that person, you basically debunked your own myth that money is evil, because if you were given money, you would not have any evil intent with it. So it's just a tool that you can use to bring about change that you want to see in the world. I also want to note that it's not just the environment that you grew up in, it is your current environment that you will need to analyze as well. So I'm talking about like your friends, your coworkers, etc. You need to observe how they treat their money and what they say about their money, because in turn their habits may be rubbing off on you. And don't ever feel bad for changing up your environment in order to cultivate a relationship with money that will align with your goals, because you deserve to operate out of a place of light, positivity, and abundance. Now onto how to actually shift your money mindset. So once you've determined, how your environment has influenced your relationship with money, you have the ability to take control of that relationship and build one that will help you to reach your goals. Tip number 1 is to face your fears. A scarcity mindset is rooted in fear. Remember, your decisions are based on fear. And of course, the natural human reaction to fear is to not deal with it. Those emotions make us feel uncomfortable. So we kind of push those what ifs to the back of our mind. But when we do this, we are really doing ourselves a disservice, because whenever those fears become a reality, we're kind of not knowing what to do, and we just kind of go batshit crazy. And I feel like this year 2020 has really put those fears that people have been pushing off right front and center, and they're kind of paralyzed. Their plan of action, they're not really making any action because they're still kind of in shock. So when you face your fears, you build up this resistance to them. You become resilient. And whenever they become a reality, if they become a reality, you're not going to go run in a corner and cry and whimper. You're going to spring into action because you've already gone through those emotions. You have already envisioned yourself going through your worst fears. And like with anything else, our fears are a lot worse in our head versus actually going through them. But whenever you were facing your fears and staring them down, you strip them down of their power over you. And now your brain has been at work coming up with solutions. So if they happen, you are springing into those solutions versus being paralyzed by what do I do? Another tip is to have a specific goal. So if you are managing your money with no goal, you don't really have any specific intent, then yes, it's going to always feel like you don't have enough, because there is no metric. There's no way for you to measure what enough is. So if you have no goal but you're saving money, it doesn't matter how much you're contributing, it's going to be hard to feel like you have enough money in your savings account. Whereas if you set a goal of maybe I want to save $5,000, then when you hit that $5,000 mark, you feel like you have enough saved, and that releases you to be able to move on to the next phase of your goal. The next tip is to trust in yourself. And to me, this is like one of the most important things, because remember, abundance is rooted in trust and faith in yourself. So if you have gorilla glue, unshakable faith in your ability to support yourself, then that's when the real shift happens. It does not matter, what your circumstances are. It doesn't matter how bad crap is looking for you. Over these past 4 years, I have been in situations where, things were not looking good for me, but I already decided that I was believing in myself no matter what, that I was going to have unshakable faith and confidence in my ability to overcome whatever obstacle that I was going through. And because of that, because I had that trust and faith in myself, I came up with solutions. I stayed on my action plan, and I got past those things. Even in your worst moments, you still have a choice. You can choose to let life beat you down, or you can choose to fight. And whether you choose to get up and fight, or whether you choose to stay in the same spot, it's going to be difficult. It's going to be uncomfortable both ways. So it's kind of like, choose your hard. And when you choose to stand up and fight, then you are going to come up with ways in which you can get past whatever obstacle that you're going through. The next tip is to control your thoughts. So I heard this about 2 years ago, and it never left my mind. Is that your thoughts create your feelings create your actions create your results, and your results help to influence your reality. So a lot of people don't understand how powerful the mind is. Just like you feed your body healthy foods, you have to feed your body healthy, positive thoughts. A belief is just a repeated thought. So everything in life starts with a thought. A thought is the origin of pretty much everything. Before you made a decision, you had a thought. Before a house was built, it was a thought, and so on and so forth. So with this being said, you have the ability to help to create your own reality by using your mind. If you think that you can't pay off debt, you are absolutely right, because your thought of I will never be able to pay off debt, or I'm going to die with these student loans, creates these feelings of feeling hopeless and feeling unmotivated. And who in their right mind is going to want to tackle something if they don't really believe that they can do it, and it makes them feel hopeless and miserable and unmotivated? But if you get into the habit of shifting that negative thought into a positive thought, so instead of you saying, I will never be able to pay off my student loans, you will say that I am going to pay off my student loans. I'm going to pay off my student loans. You get these feelings of feeling motivated and inspired, and because of that, you are going to be able to come up with ways in which you can do it. When you tell yourself you can do something, then what you need to do to get yourself there becomes clear. And I have so many people that ask me, how did you get to where you are now from where you were? And my answer always surprises them. They kind of look like, that's it. But it's because I believed in myself. It's not because I picked up some side hustle. It's not because I cut this or I created a budget. Yes, those things were part of my plan of action, but I would have never come up with that plan of action had I not originally thought to myself, I can do it. And I had trust and faith in myself to do it, no matter what my circumstances were. And I just want to tell you, if you are suffering from a scarcity mindset, that you can do it. You are worthy, and you deserve to live a life financially that you are comfortable living. You can pay off debt. You can save money. You can shift your money mindset. You can stick to that budget. And if no one else has told you that you can do it, I will be the first person to tell you that you can do it. Because if I can do it, I know that anyone else can do it. I am no more special than you. I just believed in myself. I had faith and confidence that whatever it was that I was going to be faced with, that I was going to push through it. And if you want to better your finances, you have this positive expectation of the future. If you're paying off debt, then you expect for more money to come in to help you pay off debt. If you want to save, you expect to have more money coming in to save. You can't do those things operating out of a place of scarcity, because it's going to paralyze you and you're just going to wind up wasting your money or chasing your money away and chasing your opportunity for success away. So if you do not leave out of here with anything else, just know that you are worthy and capable of doing whatever it is that you think you can do. And remember that your thoughts are the origin of everything. It all starts with a thought. And if you need additional help shifting your money mindset, figuring out where your relationship with money comes from or your perception of money comes from, how to change your money script, then I do have a money mindset ebook, and we are going to go through assignments with each chapter. It comes with a workbook just to really help you dig deep and rewire your way of thinking. So I will leave that down in the description box below. But if you like this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, comment, and be sure to subscribe before you leave out. And I will catch you all next week.